Hey guys, I'm Trevor, and welcome to Unknown Comic Stories. We are here at the end of our Great Lakes Avengers weekly info dump. This group was created by Mr. Immortal because he had the belief that his powers would be better helped by having team members to work with. Was known as Craig Holmes. When he was young, he lost his mom and was basically babysat by an extraterrestrial being known as Death Urge. However, as hard as this creature tried, he couldn't kill Craig because he was immortal. See, Craig didn't really know this. Obviously, he had seen some inklings of it when he was young, but he really found out that he was immortal when he tried to commit suicide after the loss of a close friend. When he found that it didn't work, he decided to change his life for the better and become a superhero, and thus Mr. Immortal was born and killed. On his first outing as a superhero, he was trying to foil a bank robbery and got shot and left for dead. After waking up, he decided that he might need a superhero team so that all of the powers that each team member had would work well with each other and that they wouldn't be, alone. So he created the Great Lakes Avengers. Power of immortality. You can look to characters like Wolverine and Deadpool for good examples of how that power is utilized. However, what I will say is the main difference is that when he comes back in fits of rage. Thus, he sent out a flyer and everyone met at the, I'm not joking, YMCA. to form the GLA, aka the Great Lakes Avengers. While doing their hero work, they caught the attention of Hawkeye and Mockingbird, who decided to train the team to make them better. Not long after, the group was called to Texas to help save Vision and Scarlet Witch. Once they did, they were able to legally use the Avengers title as part of their name. For a time, the team was named the Lightning Rods because the Thunderbolts were having a really good popularity spike. However, when the Thunderbolts were found out to be evil, yes, they are evil in the comics, unlike in the movie where they're not an evil group, they are evil in the comics. They're an evil team created by Thaddeus Thunderbolt, aka the Red Hulk. Another name that they eventually did use was the Great Lakes X-Men because they were all mutants during this time, and they fought many notable villains like Thanos and MODOK. Their name went through yet another change to the Great Lakes Defenders, and then to the Great Lakes Champions when they won a poker championship at the Thing's house. As for now, the team is pretty much disbanded. They were in Detroit for a time, however, while in Detroit they had to stop being heroes because they had to serve jail time. Mr. Immortal, Bigbertha, Flatman, Doorman, and Dinah Soar were the first official members. However, Leatherboy quickly left the team when he found out it wasn't what he hoped it was. Talking about the backstory of Dinah Soar first, we actually don't know a lot about her because there aren't really a lot of comics about this particular character. All we really do know is that she lived in Wisconsin, where she wanted to help the incapable. However, most people feared her due to the fact that she looks like a pterodactyl. And so she decided to join the Great Lakes Avengers. There were invitations being sent out by the creator, Mr. Immortal, and so she decided to take one. Mr. Immortal is actually someone that she eventually fell in love with. This was a very interesting pairing that lasted for 4 years before Dinah was killed by a villain known as Maelstrom. Our prehistoric friend has the abilities of flight and sonic screaming. These sonic abilities help her soothe people as well as break glass and subdue enemies. As a young woman growing up in Wisconsin, Ashley Crawford discovered her mutant ability to completely control the distribution of her body's tissue. Using this power, Ashley created the perfect physique and became an international famous supermodel. For a time, Ashley was the highest paid fashion model in the country, appearing on the covers of multiple magazines. However, yearning for more, Ashley responded to an ad in a local newspaper calling for men and women of action. Donning the persona of Big Bertha, Ashley Crawford joined Mr. Immortal's Great Lakes Avengers. Her superhuman durability and super strength was great on a lot of different missions, as well as her superhuman leap that she had. And all of this was aided by the fact that she had the ability to transform her body any existing type or non-existing type in the world, which is a dream that fashion magazines try to make people believe, even though it's not real.
Matt was a mutant who could flatten and stretch his body to great lengths. After dropping out of community college, he started working at a bean coffee place, where he met a party organizer named Andrew. He witnessed Matt making use of his powers and convinced him to work for him, impersonating Mr. Fantastic in parties. After working together for a while, and even starting a relationship with Andrew, Matt grew tired of his lifestyle and decided to become a superhero just like Mr. Fantastic. When Andrew pointed out Matt was poor and uneducated, unlike Reed Richards, Matt decided to create a fake alter ego to go with his superhero name. So he started calling himself Dr. Val Ventral, aka Flatman. Matt attempted to convince Andrew to work with him and become his sidekick, but Andrew decided to leave him since he considered Matt's idea to be unrealistic. As Flatman, he acted as the deputy leader of the Great Lakes Avengers, also the other Great Lakes Avenger groups as well. An unauthorized division of the regular Avengers superhero group that watched over the Wisconsin area. Called the 2D Defender, his primary role included long-range rescues and helping the team solve crimes with his extensive knowledge of fashion, which he was reported to have studied in college. Due to his fake identity, he was unable to present a degree that proved his education. And when asked by Doorman, a hero that we actually reviewed, or we talked about in a different video, which you can check out by clicking the card, what doctor he kind of was, Flatman replied that he was a doctor of stuff. Though Flatman often seemed to act intelligent, he never actually proved any sort of super intellect. As for looking at Flatman's powers, we have Flat Body. Flatman's body can be flattened to 1/2 inch, allowing him to slide his body into cracks and crevices. And he also has plasticity. Flatman is able to stretch and elongate his body to great lengths. The elastic nature of his body also prevents injury from many kinds of attacks.
Once upon a time, dear man Davis was just an average college kid until an ad in the newspaper intrigued him from Mr. Immortal. And of course, dear man Davis found out he had super mutant powers. So he decided to go under the code name of the Doorman. The abilities the Doorman has before he died were Dark Force Teleportation, which had the ability to teleport him anywhere in the world. Then he had also the ability to phase through solid objects, and weightlessness, kind of like floating through space. Then after he got reincarnated, he got some new powers as well. The ability to control the Dark Force using manipulation. Basically, the Dark Force is kind of like this eerie, evil power that sometimes gets used by good. Flight is another power, as well as superhuman durability. Also, the ability to change his costume appearance instantly to look literally like anyone or anything, kind of like a Clayface situation. And the ability to see into the veil of life and death.
Jean Lorraine, who was looking for something very different when finding the ad for the Great Lakes Avengers. You see, he believed it to be a S&M fetish group and decided to join. However, after the team found out he had no powers at all and was not looking for this group anyway, he was quickly removed. Now, this is where things get weirder. You see, during the point where Scarlet Witch went mad and got rid of all the mutants, the GLA was the only group of Avengers left, and they needed more members, and so they asked Squirrel Girl to join their team. However, when Leatherboy found out this news, he got really mad, and so in a plot of revenge, he killed Squirrel Girl's companion, Monkey Joe. Later on, he was put in jail for this heinous crime, and would later be released with no real explanation. The most explanation that we got is that he was creating the costumes for when the Great Lakes Avengers became the Great Lakes X-Men. Leatherboy was going to try again to get even more revenge against Squirrel Girl by trying to kill Tippy Toe, the other squirrel companion that she had. However, Deadpool tied him up before he could do another heinous squirrel murder. One of the more wildest stories we have done on this channel is definitely Leatherboy. I don't understand the creation of this character. Hawkeye and Mockingbird joined the team as trainers and not as actual team members. Deadpool has appeared in the team quite a bit, as well as Squirrel Girl and her squirrel companions Monkey Joe, who was killed by Leatherboy, and Tippy Toe, who was almost killed by Leatherboy. Grasshopper had been called to join the team by Doorman, however he immediately died only seconds later. You see, while working with Squirrel Girl, Flatman, and Doorman, Doug Taggart was asked to be part of the team. However, he was quickly killed by a sigh that was meant to kill Doorman, until he used his reflective abilities, which means that the sigh went straight into the Grasshopper's eye. A superhero by the name of Gravity joined the team as well. However, this character is a lot more interesting than the rest of our friends in the GLA. And our last character, last member that was part of the team, was, in fact, Goodboy. So, starting off with one of our boys known as Goodness Sylvia, we travel off to Detroit, Michigan, where we find this shape changer living with her mother. You see, an interesting trait runs in this family. All of these members can change into wild creatures. Goodness can change into a blue werewolf. She decided to become a superhero after her brother Lucky, who could turn into a two-tailed fox, was fatally injured, and while part of the Great Lakes Avengers, Goodness fatally injured the person who hurt her brother, which later would lead to the end of the team as we know it right now. And with that, we can close the book on the Great Lakes Avengers officially. Can't wait to see you guys. Same comic time, same comic channel, but until then,